I'm reading a statement from an anonymous person who is advocating for a loved one behind the walls. This person says, I sit here with a heavy knot in my throat and tears coming down my face because every time I hear my fiance's voice, I begin to wonder that it is going to be the last time I would hear from him. I always make sure I let him know how much he means to me. This has become my reality. I know him, being at the ACI with COVID spreading, he's at risk. His immune system is not strong enough to fight something as dangerous as COVID-19. In 2018, he had 2 surgeries and he also received radiation because he has a thyroid cancer. He was prescribed a medication he will continue to take for the rest of his life. He is at high risk of recurrence due to his poorly differentiated follicular carcinoma. He requires yearly ultrasonography and regular blood work every 6 months to monitor his thyroid levels of evidence and recurrence. This was said in a letter written by his doctor. I know most people listening to my story might say, he's just another bad guy off the streets, another criminal. What most people fail to understand is that he is someone's son. He's a father, but most of all, he's my fiance. He acknowledges what he did was wrong, so he is serving as a man should. I never thought his life would be at risk like it is today. To think that it could be a possibility that he could end up in a hospital or even something worse has me in disbelief. I sometimes wonder if I would get to hug him. When he doesn't call, my heart begins to race and my thoughts are all over the place. I don't think that the Rhode Island Department of Corrections Director Patricia Coyne-Faye understands or wants to understand her part in all of this. She has said, the safety of everyone inside our facilities is our top priority. Since the time she has said that, the ACI has seen a spike in COVID cases and 2 people have lost their lives to COVID-19. Inmates are still being held in their cells for 23.5 hours. There is no social distancing. Inmates only have 30 minutes to make a call and shower. Video visits most of the time are canceled. All of this is happening under Director Patricia Coyne-Faye's watch. She's not only putting inmates at risk, but also her staff. And Governor Gina Raimondo, Director Patricia Coyne-Faye, get to go home and know their loved ones are safe. We sit up at night praying for our loved ones. We pass our days worried, waiting for their phone call, because that's the time we get to exhale and we are able to relax. Those 20-minute phone calls can mean more to us than you could ever imagine. Governor Gina Raimondo and Director Patricia Coyne-Faye, you keep saying that there's nothing you could do for the release of inmates. There are things that you could do, and that is using your voice. You could speak up. The only reason that you keep saying it's not up to me is because in reality this doesn't really matter to you. Next time you hug your loved ones and tell them I love you, remember how many families could be doing the same in this very moment but were not able to due to your choices. I wonder how many of us have to go through a heartbreak before you realize that this is not a joke.